Yup, we all loved it when Greninja did that. That mysterious appearance of water around it, the power boost, the part where it mopped the floor with Sceptile. Yes, Greninja is absolutely goated, but even goats have histories that stem from nothing. So today, we're discussing the 3-step road to Greninja becoming Ash Greninja. Let's start. Greninja's journey started as a Froakie. In episode 1 of Pokémon XY, Froakie suddenly appeared during Ash and Team Rocket's encounter to save Pikachu. It wasn't until after Team Rocket was successfully sent blasting off that Froakie finally succumbed to the ground, a true chivalrous knight. Ash immediately ran Froakie to Professor Sycamore's lab. In episode 2, while Froakie is being healed, the professor then reveals that Froakie is a trainerless Pokémon. In his words, he says, "Froakie's a Pokémon meant for new trainers. But this particular Froakie is a bit different, refusing to listen to its trainer during battle. There have been times when Froakie ran away, simply because it didn't like its trainer, and several trainers have come back to my lab, just to return it. After the others go away, Ash comes inside to visit Froakie, thanking it for saving him, and expressing how awesome it would be to have a Pokémon like Froakie. No reply. Froakie returns to full health and arrives in the main hall to notify Garchomp of enemies. Garchomp steps in to take the fall from a collar meant for Froakie. While Team Rocket blasts off again as usual, things don't go back to normal as they normally do. Garchomp struggles with all his might, but the collar is just too powerful. The fight is dragged to Lumiose Tower, pulling Ash and Pikachu too. Froakie works alongside Ash to free Garchomp. As the two approach Ash, Pikachu lands on a weak foundation and falls. Ash most selflessly dives to save Pikachu. They prepare for the inevitable until Mega Blaziken swoops in to save them. Froakie witnesses everything. The next morning, as Ash is about to leave Professor Sycamore to start a journey with his friends, Froakie catches his attention. We all know what that means. Froakie reserves the honor of becoming Ash's first Kalos Pokémon. In episode 3, Fletchling swoops in to scoop a berry meant for Dedenne. Dedenne then runs away. This hurts Bonnie, and a chivalrous knight like Froakie can't bear to stand her tears. Hence it sets out to take revenge. Fletchling dodges Froakie's Frubbles and Water Pulse before retaliating with Peck and Wing Attack. Eventually, Froakie regains his composure and jumps back into the fight. The scene shifts to a rocky terrain. Froakie jumps before using Water Pulse. Fletchling escapes and swerves to dodge the Frubbles. It spots Froakie's shadow and attempts a surprise attack. But Fletchling's the one who gets surprised. Froakie emerges and uses Bubble. Ash attempts to catch it. No luck. Froakie dodges Wing Attack before rising to use Water Pulse. Jackpot! The lone knight who once trusted no trainer was slowly beginning to trust the people around him. In episode 13, something terrible happens. Froakie fights most valiantly against Sylveon before he loses to Attract and Draining Kiss. Froakie makes Ash lose the bet and is forced to go to a children's daycare. That defeat made him stubborn. Suddenly, Team Rocket arrives as performers to kidnap Pikachu and Sylveon. Froakie and Randall end up in the truck with Pikachu and Sylveon. Froakie can't break the glass all by himself until Ash and Randall assist him, and together they free Sylveon and Pikachu. When the truck door opens, Team Rocket blasts off after a small skirmish. That defeat didn't discourage Froakie anymore. If anything, it became even more determined afterwards. In episode 17, Ash and Froakie are training when they're distracted by a mysterious voice. It turns out to be a ninja, Sanpei, and his partner Frogadier. Sanpei straight up ridiculed Ash and Froakie right in front of them. To vent their frustration, Ash and Froakie challenge them to a battle. Froakie battles to the best of his ability, but he's injured to a great degree, and yet still refuses to go down. Sanpei ends the fight himself by saving Froakie. Once Froakie is healed, Ash and Froakie beg Sanpei to teach them their quick attack. Sanpei agrees. The four undergo vigorous training. When Team Rocket intervenes, Froakie follows the training, but ends up finding something much more important, his own path, in the form of Double Team. It saves the arrogant Frogadier and proves useful to Ash later. In episode 24, Froakie acts as Ash's first Pokémon against Grant, the Rock-type gym leader's Onix. Froakie misdirects Water Pulse, takes Flash Cannon head-on, uses Double Team, and powers up his jump using Rock Tomb before landing Water Pulse. Froakie dodges Iron Tail by a millimeter, jumps onto Onix, and ends it with Water Pulse. In round 2, Froakie opens with Double Team, dodges and climbs Rock Tomb before using Bubble. Nevertheless, Tyrant jumps and follows with Draco Meteor, marking the end of Froakie's participation in this gym battle. In episode 52, Froakie saves Sanpei and a poisoned Greninja from the river. When they're healed, Froakie views what he can become, a Greninja, its final evolved form. But saving Sanpei brought them misfortune, because soon after, an evil ninja and his barbarical attempt to attack them. They narrowly escape for their lives. The group aids Sanpei in his quest to deliver the scroll. Ash and Sanpei arrive from the cave and find themselves face to face with the evil ninja. The battle dragged on until they found themselves in a bit of a bother. Froakie had become stronger, but strength alone wasn't enough. The next step of his journey would demand something far greater. Frogadier. That's it for this video. Share your comments on Greninja down below. For now, Greninja, use. Oh wait, you're still a Froakie. Force of habit. Froakie, use, cut.